Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Navigating the Periphery. My name is Deborah, still never changes, and this is my son Philip.
Hello.
We hope everyone is doing good today. If you're into what we're doing on this channel, you know what to do. We want to try to get our message out there and try to reach and help as many people as we can. Navigating the Periphery, we're trying to stop the stigma of a mental health diagnosis, one show at a time. If you know anyone who could benefit from watching our channel, please help spread the word.
Remember, it's okay not to feel or be okay all the time. You guys out there are not alone. We're here.
We are. So, Philip, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great today, Mom. How are you doing today?
I am good, and as always, excited to discuss today's topic. But first, a reminder to please check out the disclaimer at the end of each and every episode we put out. We are not medical doctors.
No, we are not.
Philip speaks from his real-life experience with OCD, GAD, and schizoaffective disorder. So, Philip, take it away.
Today, we are going to navigate the periphery of how my diagnosis has now changed.
Oh, no, sorry.
As you guys out there know, that actually kind of scared me. I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder in September of 2020 at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Just coming out of my psychosis, I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder bipolar type. I have been having episodes of mania before and after my diagnosis. If you remember, I talked about in previous episodes of losing time, hypervigilance, and mania regarding safety, and moving furniture around my house in a crazed fashion, with no recollection, really, of any of it. Well now, in the last 6 months or so, I have been experiencing serious depressive episodes as well, to the point of my meds needing to be changed.
Yes, it has been a bit of a roller coaster lately. I have noticed a serious decline in Philip's mood. A lot more depression, no interest in doing things he once loved. So, as I researched what could be going on, I came across examples of depression symptoms in schizoaffective disorder, depressive type. And they consisted of sadness and loss of interest or pleasure in activities that are normally enjoyable, restlessness, being easily tired, feeling slowed down, or having trouble concentrating, making decisions, unexplained aches and pains, headaches, and digestive problems without another medical cause. So, I brought this up to Philip, and he agreed with me that his mood has shifted to more of a depression. I also noted that he was experiencing this more than the mania-like behavior he was experiencing in the past.
So I know from doing research, because that's what I do best, or with everything that I do, and it is what my degree is in, schizoaffective disorder is defined by the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, or also known as the DSM-5. You alright?
Yes, I'm fine.
As involving the presence of both schizophrenia and affective disorders. This can mean having at least one episode of bipolar type, or type 1 or 2, or having major depressive episodes, and if you want to look, it's on page 105 of the DSM-5. The depressive type of schizoaffective disorder involves mood episodes that meet the criteria for major depression. So I decided to bring this up to my new psychiatrist and my clinical psychologist.
And, FYI, any of you can buy the DSM-5 on Amazon or anywhere books are sold if you want to learn more about any type of mental health illness or issue. So yeah, we were both perplexed at how the tide was turning with Philip's symptoms.
Yes, and upon reviewing her notes over the past several months, she agreed that there has been a shift in my behavior. In fact, a very noticeable shift. She expressed that I've discussed a lot more loneliness in previous therapy sessions, that I used to have more fun and engaged in my life more, whether it was going to the mall or playing video games or even playing trivia, which I normally love to do. Now, depression is nothing new to me. Over the course of my life, I have been on and off antidepressants due to my generalized anxiety disorder and OCD. I've had bouts of depression here and there, along with the anxiety that accompanies both disorders, but this depression is more chronic and deep.
I definitely notice his somber mood more so over the last few months. As a parent, it's very hard to watch your child go through this. Depression is something that shows itself differently for everyone. There is no one person or one story or one experience that can make someone universally understand truly how depression alters the lives of those who suffer from it. It's important to approach it with empathy and an understanding that while we can't fully grasp what someone else's experience is, we can offer support and listen with compassion. However, when this depression is mixed with a complex mental illness like schizoaffective disorder, it can become a very dark place for the patient or person suffering with it.
I can't make anyone understand how it is for everyone, but I can tell you how it alters my life, and maybe that will help people understand how all-encompassing it really is. For me, there are two main ways that my depression manifests itself. When it breaks through the barriers I've set with the help of years of therapy and medication, there is the gut-wrenching loneliness and near constant anxiety, and then there is the checking out, the feeling of nothingness, the numbness. Sometimes I don't know which is worse.
Philip, if you can, would you mind explaining that feeling more to our viewers in case they have ever felt that way, so maybe they can understand and not feel so alone? A lot of the message on our channel is that you guys out there are not alone in your struggle.
I can try to explain further. It is like a feeling you have in your gut when you are about to and or really need to cry. While that is what it is like all the time, I could be laughing and having a great time doing something fun, and yet in the back of my mind I feel more alone than ever, and I just want to curl up into a fetal position and cry. But I never can. I can't go home and cry and then feel better, because it's not like there is something to cry about or really anything to be sad about, and it isn't really sadness, it's complete solitude. It's when my brain tells me that I'm alone, that I can't be loved, that no one really wants me around, and worst of all, that no one will understand me. I feel like I am broken emotionally.
This must be so incredibly difficult. I know as your mom, it's really hard for me to watch you experience this.
That is worst of all, because at the place I am in my life, no matter what I've been through in the past, or what my depression tries to make me believe, I know that I can be loved, that I'm not alone, and that I am wanted. And I know that because of the hard work I've done to get to that place in my life. And because of some of the amazing people in my life who make sure that I know that they are there for me, that they love me, and that they want to spend time with me. Like my family and my good friend Michelle, shout out Michelle. I need to try and break out of this and try to get out into the world more. But it's very difficult at times. Again, as I stated above, I feel broken.
Thank you very much for sharing that with everyone, Philip. Our
You're welcome.
viewers, I'm sure, appreciate it. So after several months of discussing these feelings with his clinical psychologist and her conferring with his psychiatrist, his diagnosis has now been changed from schizoaffective disorder bipolar type to schizoaffective disorder mixed type. Now, if you refer to the DSM-5, you can look it up. It's ICD-10 Code F25.2, schizoaffective disorder mixed type.
Yes, if you have the book, check it out.
Schizoaffective disorder mixed type is a rare mental health condition that combines symptoms of schizophrenia, both mania and depression, Symptoms of schizoaffective disorder, including hallucinations and delusions, while symptoms of mood disorders include mania and depression. In mixed-type schizoaffective disorder, psychotic symptoms are separate from the bipolar disorder symptoms. Some of the symptoms are feeling constant sadness and fatigue, paranoia, recurrent thoughts of suicide, hearing or seeing things, feeling more irritable than usual, talking very quickly, jumping from one idea to another, or having racing thoughts, being easily distracted, and struggling to focus on one topic. As we've stated in previous episodes, schizoaffective disorder occurs more frequently in women than men, and the condition is rare. It affects about 0.3% of Americans, which is 3 in every 1,000 people. Because it is so uncommon, schizoaffective disorder isn't always correctly diagnosed at first. So we stress it is so very vital to seek out medical professionals to help with the diagnosis and treatment. We are fortunate because Philip has a great team of doctors handling his care and medication regimen. So Philip, how are you feeling about your new/changed diagnosis?
Well, as I have said in other episodes, I have schizoaffective disorder. Now, whether it is bipolar type, depressive type, or my new mixed type, a combination of both is still a complex mental illness, which sucks, but I will have it for the rest of my life. And I will continue to manage it with therapy and medication to try to live as normal a life as possible. Basically, I force myself to live my life because, well, it is my life, and I refuse to live it feeling alone when I'm not, and numb when I could be great. So even though I do feel those things far more often than I would like, it is something that I live with because I have schizoaffective disorder. It is a chronic disease, and I will always have it. It is part of who I am now. And most of all, because I only have one life, and I want to live it, because even though when my depression spikes, it makes me want to not live sometimes. I will refuse to give in to that thought process now, because I'm the author of my own life, and I choose to put a semicolon instead of a period at every point that my depression tells me otherwise.
That was brilliantly stated.
Thank you.
And with that being said, remember you guys that it is okay not to feel or be okay all of the time. You are not alone. We're here.
Yes, we are here. And we are trying to stop the stigma of a mental health diagnosis, one show at a time. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode on Navigating the Periphery.
Yes, thank you so much. And until our next episode coming really, really soon, please take care. Have a great evening, and bye for now.